spiritual mastery, there's many ways you can talk about it, but spiritual mastery is where you really hone and refine your highest qualities and attributes to bring your own divinity into full actualized expression. And of course, because we are all unique expressions of divinity, we're all going to express our divinity, our mastery, and our perfection in different ways. So every expression of the divine, like a beautiful, unique flower in the garden of consciousness, is going to have its own beautiful fragrance and perfection. And so each and every one of us is a different version of perfection. And so in spiritual mastery, we are simply getting to know the uniqueness of our divinity, getting to know the uniqueness of our experience, and in our own individual unique journey, finding out and discovering what is it within us that wants to express the perfection of life, and how do we really go about expressing that? I think one of the easiest ways to really talk about it is that it's really mastery is a transition from allowing the conditioning that we were raised with in the world, instead of being barriers that limit our perfection. But how can we dissolve these barriers to unleash our perfection for the well-being of the world around us?
Yeah. And you teach a lot about that.
I tend to, just because I think we're in such an emerging time. And I know for me, I'm simply, motivated to share what comes through me, but we're in a time where beings in large numbers are waking up and are realizing that we are all spiritual masters, that we are all expressions of divine perfection. And I think just to kind of make this conversation very specific to what constantly wants to express itself through me, even though we're all very unique expressions of spiritual mastery, there could be nothing else for us to master other than becoming the purest expressions of love, because love is the consciousness of our light, fully aware of itself, fully embracing its perfection, whether within one body or in the form of another. So when I like to teach spiritual mastery, or when I'm guiding beings through the various stages of surrender towards spiritual mastery, it is the mastery of our own self-care, the mastery of our own self-nurturing, the mastery of our own ability to love ourselves, to see ourselves, and to perceive others the way the universe always does. So when I think of self-mastery, it's always a mastery of heart-centered consciousness, where we're learning to be safe in our bodies, emotionally receptive, and we're finding the strength, courage, and conviction to shine our light at full capacity and to truly love ourselves as if our hearts are its own individual earth within our body. And by loving our hearts, we literally have the power to transform the planet.